packing their way up here into turn number 4. The pace car will make its way down on the pit road. 150 laps at this 7/8 of a mile oval. William Sawalich and Luke Fenhaus will bring us down for the start, and the Calypso Lemonade 150 from Iowa is underway.
Great start for Sawalich. Side-by-side battle for third. It's LeVar Scott, the 6, Tony Breitinger in the 25. And there's Jesse Love. We thought that Jesse Love was going to have to go to the back. He certainly made major adjustments, as Heather reported, but for some reason, he didn't go to the back for the start.
Back here at the Iowa Speedway for the Calypso Lemonade 150 under caution after an issue for Scott Melton in the Kimmel Motorsports number 69 car, with William Sawalich still out in front of the field. First yellow flag of the night for Scott Melton, making his first short track start since competing here at Iowa back in 2020. Restart will come with 133 laps to go. Again, first scheduled race break on or around lap 50. Luke Fenhaus on the bottom side in second. Points leader Jesse Love just behind the 18 there outside of row 2. LeVar Scott down on the bottom. Here they come to the restart. Sawalich and Fenhaus bring us back down.
A lot better start by Fenhaus that time. He stays even with Sawalich.
Fenhaus washes up the racetrack right as he hit the bumps in turn 1 and 2, and he had to give up the lead to Sawalich yet again, with Scott now under fire from Jesse Love into 3.
Jesse Love trying to grab that third spot from Scott. Looks like the outside will prevail for the moment in that battle for third. You know, Jesse Love complained about his car in practice. They made a lot of changes prior to qualifying, more changes after qualifying. Oh, caution on the racetrack.
Second time tonight, we will see the yellow flag fly, and it is for a spin off of turn number 4. That is the number 98 of Dale Scherer, who has spun to slow this field for the second time tonight, this one coming at lap 25. Good opportunity for tonight for that of Christian Rose. He will be making his Craftsman Truck Series debut at Richmond not too long from now, as we're back underway. Sawalich with a great launch again on the top side. Fenhaus trying to stay with him as they go to 1.
Yes, Sawalich likes that grip through the middle of the racetrack. Fenhaus is staying a lot closer this time, though, to Sawalich.
Only fell about a car length off the back bumper of the Joe Gibbs Racing 18. Here's a battle amongst teammates. 25, Tony Breitinger on the bottom. 15, Connor Jones alongside. Door-to-door battles throughout the top 5 here, as Breitinger continues to try to hold on to that final spot in the top 5, with Jones getting a good run around the top side.
To feel it out and see if those adjustments helped. Then they can make more adjustments or go other different direction or whatever the case may be at the lap 50 break.
And yet another caution flag, the third one of the night, and it is off of turn number 4. Looks as though that might be the 06 of A.J. Moyer, who has had a problem coming off the 4th corner. This race has only averaged 5. Check that. That is the number 31 of Rita Goulet, who has had an issue off of turn number 4. Back at the Iowa Speedway and back underway for the restart. Sawalich trying to take the lead away once again in that outside lane. He's got the pass made. Fenhaus back to second. The battle is for third between that of Jesse Love in the 20 and LeVar Scott in the 6, side by side.
Yeah, Jesse Love's been able to stay with LeVar Scott on these restarts, but once they get going, LeVar Scott is able to get the measure of him, and as he squeezed him a little bit, Jesse let him in.
As the 4th caution flag will fly, and this will be the first scheduled race break of the night. We have just wrapped up our first race break of the night. I'm Eric Brennan alongside Phil Parsons. Heather DeVoe trackside, 96 laps to go. William Sawalich has led them all, and we are back underway from Iowa. Fenhaus trying to keep the fender inside this time as they go to turn 1. We'll see if the adjustments have worked for him in that car, but Sawalich pulls him off turn 2 from the top side yet again.
Tony, a really good car, doing a nice job. And what about? No!
Contact there. Christian Rose into the back of Frankie Muniz, who saves the car off turn 4.
Scott Melton, the 69 car, there he is right there. We just talked about him having a pretty decent run, running in the 11th spot. Car got away from him a little bit. Watch it as he enters turn number 1 here. Tony Brightinger's going to come by on the outside. Scott's going to get in the bumps down there. You can see that car bouncing, and he has to use more racetrack. Tony recognized this, gave him more room, and Scott almost had it saved, and then it overcorrected and went around again. So tough break for Scott Melton. Great job by Tony Brightinger to miss Scott Melton, but no contact, no damage to the 69 car.
It will be 63 laps to go. Sawalich and Fenhaus bring us back down for the restart.
Great battle for the third spot, second row, the 6 of LeVar and the 25 of Brightinger. And again, Sawalich grabs that, scored off turn number 2 to hold on to the lead.
That car appears to be on a rail in turns 1 and 2 every time he racks up on the top lane of that front row for either the initial start of the race or the race. Separation about 2 car lengths as they come to the line. We could expect to see the yellow here relatively shortly as we hit 50 laps to go in this race. And look at Fenhaus making use of what is the third lane here in 1 and 2 as now the caution flag will fly for the race break. Sawalich and Fenhaus back on the front row, and we're back to green.
A really good restart by Fenhaus on the inside. Remember, this is as good as it's going to be with 4 new tires.
Sawalich trying to rip the top. He's going to clear Fenhaus, but barely. Sawalich back to the point and back to the bottom of the racetrack in 3, and he's out in front by 2 car lengths, 1 lap off the restart. And all that William Sawalich could hope for is that this race stays green.
Oh, no!
And Connor Jones spins in turns 1 and 2 from the 5th spot, and the caution flag will fly, and Sawalich probably cannot believe it. 2 laps to settle. The Calypso 150 from Iowa. Green flag is back in the air, and Fenhaus is trying to stay with Sawalich to 1.
Jesse Love is right there as well. Jumps to the high side to make it 3 wide.
Look at Fenhaus trying to slide up to cement the race lead off the corner. He's got the pass made out of 2. Luke Fenhaus to the point over William Sawalich as they're coming around to the white flag.
Can Sawalich get to his rear bumper on this last lap?
Final lap from Iowa. Sawalich about 2 car lengths behind Fenhaus with 1 lap to go. LeVar Scott on the bottom of Jesse Love in the battle for 3rd. Sawalich with 1 more chance. Final quarter. And he's not going to be able to get there. Luke Fenhaus with a spectacular move on the final restart grabs his first ARCA Menards Series win at Iowa.